How's it going, guys? Welcome to another episode of FTB Infinity Evolved. Hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. If you guys have, you guys know what to do. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Consider subscribing as it does help out the channel. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns for me, leave those down below. And with that, let's get into today's episode. So, in the last episode, we went ahead and we defeated the Chaos Guardian. We got ourselves Chaos Shards. Let's see. These things from Draconic Evolution. I believe that those are going to end up being used for, let's see, shard. Yeah, the Chaotic Core, which we also will need it for the Draconic Reactor Core. What is, yeah, I was going to say the Chaotic Cores are used for the Reactor Stabilizer, which are things we're going to end up making. Probably not in this episode, although we might get to it. I'm not sure how far we'll get in those things. I do want to do it at some point. The Draconic Reactor is just absolutely cool to look at, and both functionality wise, it's also incredibly useful. So the other thing I want to take a look at is setting up a Dimlet farm, so that way we can get more into Dimlet researching and inscribers and all those things, because then we can make some really cool worlds, such as worlds full of UU matter, or make a world full of, I think we can even make one full of Draconic or Awakened Draconium. If I remember correctly, let's see. Awaken. Doesn't look like it. Let's see. Because when we look up dimlets, what's with ET? Okay. As you can see, there's tons and tons of different dimlets here that we can get. There's different biomes we could try to get. There's different effects we could apply. There's of course different weather, all sorts of really cool things. But the ones I'm most interested in are the ones here where we can get things such as like hardened clay or quartz ore or coal ore, and then just have an entire basically world full of a single resource. Void metal, that'd be really good. Water, not that we need it, but as you can see, terra steel, seared stone. So it's really all these liquid ones, right? That we want, because IC2 hot coolant, steam, that would be really good for power. That just unlimited power. I don't know if we'd be able to generate more power than it would take to open, but as you can see, there's definitely a lot of little things in here. Now, we do have a pretty big reactor. However, I haven't been able to quite get it to sustain itself. I've been trying to go through and get it, at least this one, to function, and this one's functioning just fine. And then our other one, if we go take a look at it, is functioning part of the time. It's still going, but it's more or less draining more than it is actually fueling up. But that could be part of the distance that it has to go to here to make this stuff that goes in. It could also just be that there's actually not enough fuel in the system to power the whole thing, and so then it just becomes a negative feedback loop, which is definitely going to be something I'm going to work on, I think, in between episodes, or maybe if we have time this episode, we'll take a look at it. Now, you might have noticed in my inventory, we have a couple things that we're going to be using today to get that dimlet farm. So I set up a mob grinder from, this is the same one that we have over in the wither farm that we use to farm for nether stars over there. And then, of course, a capacitor to make our powered spawner better. And I went ahead and set that up so that way we can have, oh, interesting that those went in there. I guess not all the compacting drawers were used for something. We can use the mob spawner to go ahead and spawn ourselves in some Enderman. Now, where we want to put this is going to be entirely dependent on, well, several factors. We could put it here in the overworld. We could put it in the nether. We could also put it in the end. I think we're going to put it in the end, just because then that way we don't have to worry about really anything else for the most part. But I do want to grab a couple blocks before we go out there. For instance, I'm going to just grab a bunch of andesite. I have a bunch of it. Worst case, we can just mine more of more end stone while we're there. And then, let's see, I think that should be it. Oh, you know what? We're going to need, let's see, do we have a tesseract? Why are there two of them? Oh, because they're just set differently. Okay, well, we're going to need one. Okay, well, that was weird. So we're going to need let's see. One we can ship back, I believe. Let me just take a look over here. Oh, not how far I wanted to go. I did switch out my armor from the other armor set just because I like the way this one looks, and I also, I don't know, I just like the jetpack more, I think, than the creative flying. It just, this feels more natural. I think it's just because I'm used to it. I am sure if I were to use the other one, I'd be more used to it. Alright, so this one's set to item drop. Okay, so then we can get power and items. Got it. We're also going to need a couple other components. For instance, just like we have over here. Let's take a look. Boop, boop. We are also going to want to get ourselves a vacuum hopper, so that way we can vacuum up all the little tidbits, and then we're probably also going to want to handle the XP somehow. We'll probably put that in a barrel, so I'll probably also get a barrel made up. So let me go ahead and get another barrel, go ahead and get ourselves another vacuum hopper. Is that a vacuum hopper? Or is that... I thought it doesn't... Yeah, vacuum hopper. I couldn't remember if it was that or if it was the one... the other thing that I'm trying to think of. But I'll get a vacuum hopper made up, I'll get a barrel made up, and a couple other things, and then I will see you guys in the end, and we'll go ahead and set up a dimlet farm. Alright, and we're back. I'm going to go ahead and build out a little bit of a platform. I should have made an angel block from open blocks, because then it just lets you place a block in open air. That would have probably been the best. Let's see, can we place it like that? No, we got to place it the other way. Okay, so it's the way we're facing. Yep. Okay, so now go ahead and build that out. Then we should just be able to build a wall like that. Okay. And then something like that. Remember, they have to be 3 high. Endermen are quite tall. So now, it's a 5x5 area, I believe. Actually, it might be bigger than that. We'll just do a 5x5. It should be fine. Okay, we'll do something like that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, one more. Never said this was gonna look pretty. It just needs to work. Okay, go like that. Grab our hammer, just go ahead and get rid of these blocks. I will say, I think the other armor allows us to not have a mining debuff while flying as if we're underwater. We're just getting rid of these blocks just so that there's nowhere for them to spawn, and then we'll do the same thing up top. Okay. So then, keep going. I should have actually grabbed the builder's wand is what I should have done. I don't think I have it on me. Actually, no, I know I don't have it on me because I remember putting it away and putting it into the ME system. Well, that's fine. We'll just finish up this, and then we'll go ahead and do our, do the spawning part. There you go. So that should be good. Go ahead and remove that. Okay, powered spawner. There. Spawn. Throw that in there. Okay. Power. Receive. Okay, and then okay, so it is gonna spawn above. I think it spawns it on all blocks. I don't think it spawns above. So I should just be able to do that. looks like it's still spawning outside. This should also be able to get natural spawns too. I don't like that these guys are, go. Buddy, you're not winning that fight. Alright, so now it should only spawn. Nope, it's still gonna spawn there. Okay, so it looks like we do need to occupy these blocks. Come on, buddy. You ain't got shit on me. Okay, let's see if they spawn into that. They shouldn't be able to. Okay, and then the middle should be... So wall, 1, 2, should be that point. Yep. Yep, okay. Okay, so there's a void hopper. And then... item drop, sending. Nope. There. We'll do something like... that and that. Cool. Okay. Everything should be getting grabbed. With the exception of that guy. Yeah. Oh, is it not gonna work because... that could be the case. Is it every... yeah, it does need more power. Okay. So let's go solve the power issue now. So I guess we are going to take a look at those reactors. And then... but for the most part, this should be getting us things we need. It's not necessarily the perfect dimlet farm. Oh yeah, we're out of range. I believe we should be getting some dimlets. I'll have to definitely look into a better, more permanent solution to this, but I do want to get the farm going anyway. For Enderman. A, the Ender Pearls are nice. B, I believe they can drop dimlets at a higher rate, but I'll have to investigate if Endermen are the perfect dimlet farm. If not, we can always just create a blank dimension, go into that, and then farm those resources, or farm the structures that spawn in those for dimlets. But with that, we do have an Enderman farm, so at least that's a thing. I'm going to go head back to the overworld, and then grab a couple things and set up for fixing, well, I don't want to say fixing, but correcting our error at the reactors. So I will see you guys there in a moment. And we're back. So I went ahead and smelted a metric crap ton of Eularium. And so now we're gonna hopefully inject this into the system without breaking too many things. Most of it should go to the other reactor. I don't know if this will be enough fuel to keep the other reactor stable. So the goal is for this guy, the blue area, whatever the hell, the blue shit, not the cyanide, plutonium, plutonium. The plutonium goes in here. The plutonium powers the main base. From there, we do have to, I think, fix this loop a little bit. I am going to enable that. So now the plutonium can go both ways. And then the middle one, or the bottom one rather, is just for the yellowarium. So it should fill this up. Hopefully. Let's see. So we're at 23.9%. Okay. Some good chunks. Good chunks. Keep going. 40%. Okay. It's good. Power output's increasing. Because I believe this is where power, yeah, power comes from this. So this big reactor generates all the other power for the quarry and now the farms. So pretty much anytime we tap into the power, it's coming from that. Oh yeah. So I did also, where's our draconium thing? I do want to take a look at our kind of progress towards setting up a draconium reactor. I probably will set it up just out on top, kind of out in the courtyard area. Generator. Oh, that would have been nice to use. Maybe we'll use that in a future series. Let's see, stabilize mob spawner. The requirement for, ooh, interesting. Might have to look into these in place of the other ones. Remender IO. Okay, so energy core. Using draconic knowledge, you have discovered how to build a multi-block. Not really. I mean, we don't really need knowledge for any of this. We just kind of already know it. Seems kind of from the perspective of like Thaumcraft. Discover how to build multi-block structure capable of storing more power than any other device ever invented, with the highest tier being able to store 2.14 trillion RF. Pretty good. Let's see. Energy pylons. Insert or extract energy. Oh, that is... I wonder, could you use energy pylons as just conduit between things? Probably not, huh? Although, I don't know. Probably be very inefficient. Very expensive, at least. Okay. There's a lot of reading. If you care to read any and all of this, pause the video. If, however, you're an individual like myself who prefers to jump into the deep end and not read the directions, then by all means, just keep watching. From what it looks like, there's a lot of reading. But we only care about how we actually set this thing up, and then we'll figure out the rest from there. Actually, I probably should read the part where it says catastrophic explosion first before, we build this thing right in or near our base. It should be noted that you cannot merely pull as much energy as you would like from the core. The more energy you drain, the more intense the reaction will become. What? Okay. At a certain point, the containment field will weaken to the point of destabilization of the co-constructive balance between it and the reaction within the core. This will rapidly overwhelm the containment field and result in a catastrophic explosion of immeasurable impact. So what it sounds like is we're going to build 2 of these. One of these we're going to build, keep it here at the base. Solid. Then we're going to build another one, perhaps in a village, bring power to the locals. And we may or may not accidentally let it go boom. Maybe. Honestly, I don't know. Things might happen. Village may or may not get wiped off the map. We'll find out. It might be Trinity all over again. Okay, so structural setup. So we need 6 components. We need 4 reactor stabilizers, the reactor core, and an energy injector. You will also need 2 flux gates to regulate the reactor. Place their core at the intended center of the structure. Place the 4 stabilizers in a ring. Yada, yada, yada. Something, something, something. Okay, and then here's all the recipes. So we need a reactor core. We need an energy injector. So does this make us power? Because from what it sounds like is it makes us power, but we have to give it power to like keep it going, and so then it becomes a self-sustaining loop. Okay. So it sounds like we need 4 reactor stabilizers. Okay. We might need more awakened draconium. I'm not sure how much we have left from all of our crafting and farming. Some assemblies. Okay. The first thing you will need to do is open the reactor GUI and insert up to 8 blocks worth of awakened draconium. Holy shit. Okay, we're going to need to do some more farming of the awakened draconium because I don't think I have 8 blocks lying around. The extraction will remove as much material as is feasible, through some will always remain when the reactor due to constant consumption. Okay. Must be consumed before the reactor can be reloaded. To make certain you add only as much fuel as you are willing to commit. The reactor must shut down in order to refuel and or remove excess converted chaos element. Huh. Interesting. Temperature of the core will then rise to a maximum of 2000 degrees. Something, something, something. Keep heating up. Okay. The gauge measuring the containment field shows the strength of the field. Remember, the containment field will accept an unlimited amount of energy, so you will never be able to get its strength to 100. How much power you need, or how much power you feed the containment field is up to you, as long as you keep the gauge out of the red. Sounds good. The field strength drops to 0. The reactor will blow up and vaporize everything within a 10 to 200 block radius, depending on how much draconium fuel was in the reactor. Huh, okay. Make sure to write that down for later, because, you know, we're going to need to make sure we, again, may or may not give power to the people and fuel a reactor, and we may or may not turn the reactor field off and, you know, science and see what happens. Let's see, some be warned, it is not known why, but 100% of the draconium into chaos. Okay. So do we get more chaos shards? Oh, you know what? We might have to kill another chaos guardian. Okay, that's not going to be as fun. Instability, something. Ooh, open computers. We can connect it with that. That's cool. All right. So it does look like we're out of time. However, I'll probably get some of that stuff set up. So I'll look and see how much stuff we have in terms of like awakened draconium and just other things we might need, and get some of that stuff crafted up. In between episodes, I'll get that set up. I'll figure out where we're going to put it. We're either going to put it down here somewhere. And by down here, I mean like somewhere that way. I'm not sure where, because I believe it's a fairly large structure. We might mine this out and put it here, or rather put the one that's in the base here, and then get another one and pick a random village to bring power to. And again, maybe, may or may not commit Minecraft things. Yeah, it's fine. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. I know I did. We're also going to look at those stabilized spawners, because I'm curious to see if those are going to be more effective for dimlet farming, and also just a slightly tweaked dimlet farm altogether. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of kind of random shenanigans. If you guys learned something, as always, leave a like on today's video. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button, turn on the little bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns for me, leave those down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Peace out.